Hello, beautiful party people.
I'm so excited.
Let me know if you're watching the live or the replay.
I have to just put my 2 cents in. You know me, right?
I know.
This is like my girl. I'm going to call her my girl because she's like one of my fastest successes.
It's just so great when, just like I make fun all the time, like DJ Khaled, like how this says.
Another one.
Like another one, another success story.
Another
Another one. So we're here with another success story.
Of moms.
Of course.
Of course.
That is an engagement success story. I want to give a very general overview, although we will have the client go through that. Do you want to give the overview? Because you don't talk a lot, and sometimes people want you to talk. So
they really want me to talk?
I mean, I'm just making that up to make you feel nice,
Oh, well, you're trying to like
kidding.
Kidding. Here, Mom, you can just have this W.
No.
You know?
I'm just saying that if you want to give a very brief overview, you can give it. Yeah. And in the meantime, you guys please like and comment and share. This is really one for the books.
Yeah. So I had a client book a consultation.
Yep.
She booked a consult just to be like, hey, this is what's happening. Let me try some techniques. I'm like, here, run with this. And if you change your mind, you want coaching, you come back to me. She came back to me. I think it was like a week after we had our first consult. Do you remember, Dee?
Yeah.
It was about a week. Okay, so after a week, she came back and she's like, you know what? I just want to get this. I'm like, great. This is what we're going to do. This is why we're going to do it. You're going to have a plan and you're going to run your race, and she did it. And that's like a little backstory, but I'll let you go.
All right. Well, listen, I'm excited to have you, Dee. So at the end of the day, let's give people an overarching viewpoint of maybe even when you found me, just to establish a baseline. Yeah. And how soon after that did you realize that, okay, maybe this girl knows what she's talking about. Like, I want to kind of see what's going on here, and then decided to take the plunge into consult, then coaching. And let's just do like a good origin story background, I guess you can say.
Yeah. Are you hearing me, right?
Yes, okay? For sure, I am.
Okay.
Everyone else is?
So, thank you for hopping on live on such a short notice, but I really want to inspire people.
Yeah.
So, for my backstory, I'm a spiritual person as well. I love psychology, so I was kind of dabbling and seeing what's out there, and I think I started to see other coaches and stuff about love assumption someplace 2022. And then I saw Persis on TikTok, and that was actually right before my relationship that was rekindled. My partner and I have had some on and off situations with our relationship, and now I know why. Mm-hmm. But I think I found Persis on January this year. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that was also a time when we went through just heart-wrenching breakup, and I thought that this was like it. Like, yeah, it's donezo. So that's when I found you. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And then from there, what would you say was the natural progression? When you came into the world of mine, did you apply any of the teachings? Did you really just kind of jump all in and at least try out that consult? I'm just trying to get an overall feel for that type of progression,
Yeah. Well, I started to get interested, I would say, in the first dates of February. And I remember I got your manifestation journal on Valentine's Day. I was like recently broken up with, a single on a Valentine's Day, like making rounds through the journal.
I know.
And then I kind of was inspired to take be in charge of what's happening.
Okay.
And I decided if I don't have results in 2-3 weeks, I'm gonna go further.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use some kind of other product or hop onto coaching. Mm-hmm. So actually what was a game changer, and I don't know if your mom remembers that, but what was a true game changer for me was I purchased How to Be Chosen masterclass.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. It
was actually amazing, and it kind of helped me decide where is the problem.
Yeah.
And that was the place where everything started to change, because I realized I actually have a pretty good self-concept, but I had terrible concept of my ex, of men in general.
Got it.
And that was the point where I realized, okay, I might do this a little bit on my own, but after that, I'm getting coaching because I want to live my life to the fullest. I want to have love.
Right.
I want to have all the rounds, and that's actually, I would say, even like, I think after like 3 weeks, I reached out to your mom because I really liked her in your lives, and that was actually the option I could afford without stress.
Got it.
And I hopped onto coaching with Kim.
Got it. So that sounds really good. So what was the current status of your relationship at that point in time? Obviously, it doesn't sound like there was a relationship at that point in time, or was it just really rocky?
Well, actually, like, me and my partner, we know each other for 3 years now.
Got it.
Actually, 3 years on the dot. So after a year in, he moved from Eastern Europe to Mediterranean.
Okay.
And that was the big gap in our relationship. I couldn't like see a solution, and that was a really point where our relationship was on and off and rocky. So we were broken up. I was in Eastern Europe, he was in Mediterranean, and we were no contact. I cut complete no contact. That was my choice. He still wanted to be connected, but I did it for myself.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I already knew that it is completely safe to go no contact anytime and work on yourself.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That was the situation, but it was like not a bad breakup, but just really heart-wrenching breakup with all the tears from both sides, and
mainly about the distance, I would say, right? Would you say that?
It wasn't a difference. It was just coming to the conclusion that maybe we have two different lifestyles, and that's why being together is so hard. And obviously, the distance is part of that lifestyle thing. And
because obviously when your partner moves to another country, it can obviously cause friction. Now there's a whole new dynamic imbalance. But okay. So basically what we took you from utilizing the processes is we took you from basically no relationship or very dismantled relationship. And then explain us when you got into coaching, you got the plan, you got the personalized structure, you got the routine, you got some of the techniques I know also from MU, and walk us through how quickly this turned around. So from your partner going to being in another country to all of a sudden coming back, reconciling, parroting back all your affirmations, take us through that stage of your application.
Actually, when the teachings really started to kick in and my assumptions started to change, I was actually open to having a new love as well. I was just affirming for that I will have the most amazing partner. I will have the marriage, the kids, the lifestyle, everything. I was just affirming to that.
Right.
And, I was affirming also just self-concept things that help me to glow up everything, actually. That's like a separate topic, but
I love that.
So I was actually open to have a different man, and I had some suitors at the time. But I think 2 weeks in, my now fiance reached out to me to say that he will take his stuff from my apartment, which he still had. And that he will be there in like a week's time.
I remember her telling me that.
That's crazy. So you quite literally got your person to move countries to be with you. And then when he showed up, like, what exactly ended up going down?
So I took that as a big movement it was like 3 months with no speaking, 3-4 months. And I just affirmed that he will be head over heels in love with me, and only good things will come. And if not him, then someone else. And basically, he just saw me, fell in love again, and after like 4 days, he already like confessed to me that he don't want to be separated, and that he wants to take care of me, and that he will figure something out.
Right. That's amazing. So I want to go through that time frame. So when you guys were going through what you were going through, which was the discomfort, to technically the reconciliation, I believe that was around 21 days is what Mom told me in the very beginning. And then obviously you passed through and out of coaching, but with the knowledge that we had given, and the techniques and teachings, you continued to embody them. Now that you were together, you changed the goal from reconciliation and back together to engagement. And you continued to implement the routine because knowledge is power. You pay for it once. Once you acquire it, it can't be deleted from your brain. It's something that's going to be an investment that lasts a lifetime. And so I really also love a part of the story, not to digress, but I think this is an important teaching point and learning point as well, is I love that you said that I just really wanted to feel good about myself, love myself. I wasn't afraid to go no contact. I know how the law works. I wasn't even necessarily focused on him. I just knew that I wanted a really, really great love. Obviously it would be great if it was with him, meaning that she did have a specific goal in mind, but it wasn't if I don't get this person, then I'm going to die and my world is going to fall apart. And because I see a lot of people that just put all their eggs in one basket.
I always tell my clients, be open to new love.
We say that as an encouragement, not to discourage that SP can't be the one, but I feel like it's easier from an energetic release to not just have pressure that if it's not this one, then I'm just going to spontaneously combust and I'm going to die and it's going to be this big catastrophe and, yada, yada, yada. Because at the end of the day, sorry, go ahead.
Sometimes it's easier to bring in a new person because you don't have all those limitations.
Not only that, but I feel like where some people drop the ball of just removing the result, removing the person out of the equation is getting a person but still feeling like dirt inside, still feeling unworthy, still feeling like you have anxiety every time this person is not in your presence or not texting or not calling or not doing this or not doing that, is not actually a prize. It's actually, I feel like the ultimate L.
Yeah.
It's a big loss because at the end of the day, if you don't have peace and stability, and if you're not walking around in your life knowing that you're hot stuff, what have you really won other than nothing? And so that's the reason I like to tell people that I understand people want what they want, but try to have a growth mindset. Is it worth having it? Is it worth having it if you still feel like dirt inside? To me, it's not. And I just tell people, be open. Just be open. Give a little bit of that energetic release that it has to look like this, and it has to be this way.
What do you call that grip?
White knuckle grip, a death grip on something. And once again, it's not because you can't have it, but it's just because the way that you're supposed to live your life in harmony with that person anyway isn't supposed to be it's not supposed to be like that. So release that grip a little bit, understand that everything's always working out for you at any given point in time, but to also tap into the version of you that has it. They're not that stressed. You know what I mean? They're just open for someone to come in and give them the world. And they are going to focus on SP's side of the equation, but they're not going to make SP being in their life or not being in their life and death. They're not going to have that level of severity on something. End all be all type of situation. So obviously, go ahead.
If I can interrupt you a little bit, I actually part of my story when I had huge movement and big release of emotions is that I really leaned into the law, knowing I had time and options, because I think that many girls and guys in their late 20s feel pressure that they need to be full adults, settling down, getting married, and that's something I was always pressured on. And I had these limitations that I don't have much time, I don't know how it's going to happen if I'm already 20-something. And when I leaned into the law and I understood, okay, I'm in my late 20s, I have plenty time to get married before 30, and it's so possible. It's actually a big step in getting a lot of movement.
Yeah, I really love it because at the end of the day, when we take the pressure off, usually if there's pressure, I need to get this and I need to get this in a week, a lot of people that get these very clickbaity, her person left her country to be with her and got engaged in 21 days. You know what I mean? Such a huge thing. You know what I mean? The people who get these really clickbaity results are actually the ones that didn't give two hoots, pardon my French, didn't give a flying fish about these results. They were just like, I want to feel good. I want to love myself. I want to live in harmony with just myself. I want to feel good about myself. I want to break my codependency. I want to feel happy. I want to feel fulfilled. I want to feel stable. I want to feel safe. I want to feel calm. I want to have my own back. I want to love myself, and they put their well-being above everything. And ironically enough, those people that are maybe on this live or anywhere on the internet that may be hearing this right now, like you trying to figure out and click on videos of how can I get a man to love me? How can I get a man to commit to me? How can I get this person to come back in 0.4 seconds after I do this technique is probably what's turning his attraction off. Yep. Because when you focus on you, he focuses on you. Do you ever see like those crazy things of people maybe even teaching this, but they're not manifestation teachers, of when you know your worth and you know your hot stuff and when you've leveled up and when you've moved on, that's when they come back? That's really just the art of self-concept. They don't know what they're teaching, but when you focus on you, your attraction in his eyes skyrockets. But when you have that death grip on him of like, how can I get a man to love me? How can I get this to happen? How can it all happen right now? No person that got these hourly success rates, daily success rate, weekly success rates focused on the time. They focused on how can I put myself on such a high pedestal? How can I start to unlearn some of the truths I internalized in the past? And how can I start to feel better? Because people that focus on them, you're actually turning his attraction meter towards you all the way up. But do you ever realize, like, imagine if I'm on a date with you, D. Let's just role play here, Let's pretend I'm your date. I know you're engaged and everything, but hopefully you'll allow me to in this moment. Now imagine in this situation, like I'm the one that's probably maybe more of the aggressor. So imagine I show up to our first date. And in this situation, you maybe ask a question about me, like, so what do you like or what do you do? And I look across the table, dead in the eyes, dead in your eyes, and I'm like, listen, however much you love me or don't love me, I'm going to make that mean something about me. I really need you to remind me daily, minutely, hourly, how much you love me, how much you're not talking to other people, how much you care about me, how much you want to be with me. How quickly are you going to stand up and just honestly leave the date? You know what I mean?
That would be like crazy, yeah.
Exactly.
And I think that we don't understand when we are doing it, but that's why your content about self-concept work is top-notch. You have to start there. There's no shortcuts. You have to really hammer down that self-concept first.
Yeah.
Because also a part of my story, I have, let's say, kind of untraditional upbringing, lots of trials, troubles, and that's why I had, even though I was beautiful, successful, I had a bad mindset. I was like depressive. I had some anxiety, and I really put a lot of work in my self-concept, and that was actually one of the pillars that Kim told me.
Yeah.
So even when my self-concept, I would say I read it as a 7, 8. Like, she was still, you have to do this, you have to improve your self-concept and make it like rock solid.
Yeah.
And I'm just happy to tell that I haven't had a bad day. I can't even remember when was the last bad day or when I have an anxiety, because like it's gone now.
Yeah.
How difficult was it in the very beginning to be able to believe in something unseen? Because it sounds like you were just ready to get results. You were like, take my money, just give me the result. And so you were a real pleasure to work with for Mom, from what I heard about, in our dinner gatherings, of my girl D, she's just ready to work. She's just ready to do what it is. You know what I mean? So I'm curious, like, to just open up and say, because you cracked the whip, and in 21 short days, people spend years trying to get love.
Yeah.
And, you spent 21 short days and automatically got it. And it's amazing that I just want to say one more thing before I let you go, because it's just on the top of my head, that you may not consciously be saying that at the imaginary date that I positioned right now, but your energy is going to be able to dictate what you're attracting. So if you have underlying subconscious programming that's like, I need this, I want this, how do I get a man to love me? Ironically enough, it's self-focusing that gets that man to be like, You know, it's kind of like that, what is that, Scooby-Doo, like the Yabba Dabba Doo type of situation, or maybe that's the Flintstones. Someone can correct me in the comments, but it's kind of like that type of energy, because your energy won't lie. The universe is made up of energy. We're all made up of energy. And when you can understand how to alchemize your energy and be in alignment with what you want to receive, receiving it becomes easy. If it's been hard for you recently, it's because your energy just isn't aligned to the outcome that you want. That's the only reason why. It's not because it's not possible. It's not because it's not available. It's not because the circumstance is too big. It's not because of any of those reasons. It's just that you haven't aligned your energy correctly. When you align your energy correctly, receiving what you want becomes easy. But anyway, please continue. I just wanted to say that very quickly while it was off the top of my head, because I'm sure someone needed to hear that.
No, that's correct, and I would really encourage anyone who is like, who knows that they have some gaps in their energy, in their mindset, like, please choose products, choose coaching. I know you have right now the Manifestation University, but yeah, everything I got from Persis helped me tons. The journal was amazing. The masterclass was life changing, and then when I contacted Kim, like, it was like fast track to my goals.
Yeah.
And should I tell the relationship status now, or?
Sure, absolutely. I'd love to hear it. I'm sure everyone else would too.
Yeah, so actually it was, I went on the first call with Kim, and I also want to touch on one point about coaching, which is really important. It turned out that I did everything right on my own, even following the journal.
Yeah.
And absorbing the masterclass, but I needed someone to cheer me up and to believe me.
Yeah.
Because when I was after the first call, when my partner reached out, I knew it wasn't a coincidence. I had the next call with Kim, and we talked about it, and she encouraged me that if you want this, you can get this, and stay positive and stay on the routine. And I did, and short after that, like, everything unfolded. So we were already like completely exclusive as an official couple then on April. So imagine me getting in touch with Kim on March and being exclusive and really, really serious on April.
That's crazy. So, yeah. That was after one call? That's crazy.
It was actually, I think it was 2 calls, and then I took, I had 3 calls, I think, and then I took the 3rd call just after a month, I think in May, just to hammer down what I want. And I actually didn't like verbalize that I want to get engaged.
Yeah.
I just wanted to verbalize that it's like going all the way, and then my partner started to talk about marriage himself, because he wanted to get married, and then I was like, okay, then we have the next goalpost.
Yeah.
Let's go with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what it's just in 3 short calls, and to be honest, just going through the journal, the masterclass, and the 3 coaching calls was so like mindset changing that right now I don't do any heavy routines, but new stuff unfolds every week. So the big ticket item, I guess, that's why I feel called to come on live and inspire people. I'm a private person, but I think my story needs to be told. So we got engaged in August. So we are now engaged, and like, we discussed about getting married this winter.
So my goodness!
This is so great.
It's coming.
I love love.
It's not even a year. Like, from I had this desire, what I wanted to have in my life in spring, and I will have the full 100% until winter. So.
Let us know.
I think that's some inspirational stuff.
Yeah.
Let us know when the wedding date is. Persis would just, we'll just pop in and say hello,
I know, just like I'll sneak in through the back, like, you know what I mean? I'm just going to be like, listen, I love love. I love these stories. I love helping people connect back to their purpose. I feel like what is so important here, I mean, there's so many amazing takeaways, obviously, but one of the most profound is that I think a lot of people need to hear is, when you prioritize you and your well-being above everything, you unlock so much in your life. So much of your life is based upon your conception of how you see yourself. If you see yourself as worthy, if you see yourself as deserving, if you see like the situation to be able to have love, new or old, to be safe even. So often we energetically block our desires. Like, you may tell me, I want this more than anything, but I can understand within like 10 seconds that you probably don't. And the reason why is because a lot of people that have also been traumatized by their person trying to manifest back the same person, they have a little bit of an energetic, like, repelling towards the desire, because your brain, every time you may affirm for them for SP affirmations, and let me know in the comments, and you also let me know if this was the case before finding me and us giving you like an actual structured routine, is, do you ever realize how when you affirm for SP and SP alone to try to get the SP part to move, or the new love part to move, whatever it may be that you're after, do you ever realize the amount of intrusive thoughts and internal mental warfare that happen? It's almost like no matter how much positive you are, your mind is like, blah, negative, blah, no. And what's happening there, to just give you a little bit of the neuroscience, is like, your brain has learned, I'm just going to give an example, Bob, like Bob, danger, Bob, pain, Bob, heartache, Bob, whatever it may be, unavailable, Bob, rejection. And so every event that we've had in a negative direction, it has allowed us to create a story about who we are or how life goes for us, or both. And we're creating stories so frequently that if I was to ask you, what is the reason that you and whatever you want are not together right now, your brain automatically either attacks you, that like, if I was to ask you, like, why are you stuck? You might be like, well, because like love just doesn't work out for me. You may be like, I just feel really unworthy. I feel like no matter what I do, I can't get ahead in love. I feel like no matter how much I give a man, it's never enough. So you have a self-identity that says, I'm never enough no matter how much I do. I'm willing to bet money you're attracting men that make you have to perform for them. And no matter what you do, it's never enough. And the reason why is because you have that programming in there. What we do in coaching, MU, and a bunch of other different things, is we teach you how to deprogram the bad and reprogram the good. Because at the end of the day, you can't hold a negative belief and then attract a positive outcome. That has to leave for the new stuff to come in. When the new stuff comes in and you're really embodied in it, then you get a new outcome. But sometimes people just try to toss positive beliefs over a negative embodiment and wonder why it doesn't stick and why their mind is still fighting them.
And if I'm not mistaken, Dee, didn't you get something with your job or something, like your coworkers or something else also came in that wasn't before?
Yeah. There was tons of stuff actually coming from self-concept work. I was in no contact with my family, so I got such a new and improved version of my family relationship. In work there was lots of stuff, just big projects flying my way that are not like in my duties, more respect. I have slipped here a little bit. Right now I have some dissatisfaction with my job, but I will fix that. That motivated me to pick up the books. But there were lots of stuff like travel with my friends that was nice. Almost covered by them. Free drinks, like attention from men. Lots of things.
I love it. See, when your attraction is on, attracting men becomes a no-brainer. But it's like the art of understanding, how can I get my attraction on? What beliefs are actually working against me, and how can I start to disassociate? How can I start to reprogram them? How can I get, honestly, it may sound a little bit weird when it comes out of my mouth, but it's almost like you may have these feelings of like, why can't I get men to stay? Or why can't I get women to stay? Or how can I get man to love me? Or how can I get woman to love me? At the end of the day, the only reason you're not attracting it, and I say this as an encouraging and motivating message, is it's got nothing to do with you being defective, and it never was. So it's just really connecting back to your truth, because at the end of the day, like, I don't know, I just have so many things I could say about this, and it's almost like my brain is overstimulated. It's almost like I've been given too much material. I need to kind of like,
You're right on the dot, because that was also a point I wanted to share in the live, because
Yeah,
I had
please.
such a difficult childhood, and I had bad assumptions because of it. Because I was young, I was beautiful, I have modeled, I had the highest grades always in school, I'm a young professional. Everything was so okay with me, but because I was in such a difficult environment growing up, I had these assumptions.
Sure.
And I felt like cursed. Because
Yeah.
I didn't have movement for years. I have had many boyfriends actually.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't cutting it. And actually this was the first relationship I wanted to preserve, but I couldn't because I have these assumptions. And
Yeah.
I also felt bad about that, and that was wonderful with Kim's coaching. She really has that warm, motherly energy. And she also affirmed that everything is okay with you. You're like golden. Just go ahead.
Aww.
And that is the state I would like very to arrive. Yeah.
Look at my mom right now. Look at her. Can I? What?
No.
You want to say you can show yourself?
No, I'm okay.
Okay, I've just been keeping her anonymous.
I'm just so proud of myself.
Yeah. She is very proud of herself.
I am.
She is very proud of herself. Listen, I'm so proud of my parents in general because I don't know if you know about me, but I am pausing my personal coaching after August 31st, like indefinitely, and I'm just focusing on my MU people because a lot of the times the teachings we give you, at least we like to give you 1 to 2 teachings from MU because we've just found a really wonderful process that works really fast. And so I teach the process that gets these really fast results over there in that program. And I'm so grateful to have been able to have shared some of those with you. And the beauty of this is that 1, she decided she was done. 2, she was like, I'm done problem solving this on my own. She set a time limit. She's like, if I don't get results after this time, I'm getting a product to help me. I'm going to buy the product that's actually what I need. Let me speak to that for 2 seconds because what you said is an elite thing, and I want to explain why. Too often, I've seen this recently. Let me know if you resonate with this or if you know people who resonate with this. But like I've seen recently, it's just an observation of mine that sometimes like people want to get obviously a fast result. Nothing wrong with that. But then have you ever noticed how sometimes what people actually need to be successful is not necessarily congruent with the product they buy? So let's say as an example, I'm going to give like very, very clear distinctions of what I mean by this. Let's say as an example, you've been trying to manifest an SP for like 2 years. And what you feel like you need, if I was to look you in the eye and say, what do you actually need to just trust the process, do the work, and get an outcome? Maybe someone's instinctual, like knee-jerk reaction is, I just need to sit down with someone one-on-one, word vomit my issues out, and have them tell me what to do. Yep. But then what they buy is like maybe like a PDF online.
Not going to help.
And it's like, you just said you needed something radically different and you bought something radically different. Do you know what I mean? Like, have you ever fallen victim to that or know people that fall victim to that?
Well, actually, not to, this might be a little bit controversial. I
Yeah.
was actually in classical therapy
Yeah.
for a year, on and off, actually a year and a half. And it got me somewhere, but sometimes it wasn't a good place.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need to be, that's why coaches are really, really good, because you want to vent out your frustrations and troubles, but you also want to arrive at the goal. And
right.
Therapy did not do that to me. And that's why the coaching, with also the belief, because I was actually one really, really positive side effect from coaching with Kim is, and actually the whole process and your method, is that I used to be the friend that just blabbed on about the bad circumstances 24/7.
Oh, she cracked that whip on you. Yeah.
I needed confirmation from my friends that they would say, it's okay, it's not okay. It's also like a product from my really difficult childhood.
Of course.
But, it just right now, it cured me, and I don't vent. It's just completely unnecessary. But when you're able to have an open, honest conversation with the coach, it's really fast, like getting you to the place where it's this exact solution. You have to do this, and it's going to be fine. Sure. So,
it makes a ton of sense.
That was the thing with the therapy and some kind of other practices. Yeah.
You're not the first person to tell me that. I don't think it's very controversial at all. I mean, I've had people tell me all the time, like, Persis, I've left my therapist for you.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people find traditional therapy, like, no disrespect to therapy.
Repeating your problems.
But you do end up repeating a lot of your problems. Investing sometimes in coaching versus therapy at least allows you to progress towards some type of solution, whatever type of solution that may be. And that may not be everyone's truth.
Feeling state. Therapy always left me feeling so heavy and kind of damaged, and coaching was the first like real step towards lightness and flow, and it has stayed, it has remained. It's been a sustainable change.
I respect anyone's decision to utilize any tools to be able to feel better, but these are just the processes that a lot of our clients actually talk about. So that's why I just wanted to speak to that. I mean, at the end of the day, I think this is such a wonderful story. I don't want to keep you much longer unless you have a couple extra words that you'd like to say. But I do want to give one more pro tip for people, is that sometimes, and I want to hear you guys' comments down below, sometimes for some people, what they need to be successful, to speak to my previous point, is they just need support. They just need someone to tell them what to do, give them encouragement, and maybe even give them a plan. If you're that type of person, put like number 1 down below, or put support down below. The second type of person that I see come into coaching, and this is just my observation working with people, is to someone who's been severely miseducated. Maybe someone who's been burned by other coaches, scammed by other coaches, misled by other coaches. They just had maybe a bad coach that didn't fit for them. And it's not that they're not a good coach. It's just that their style didn't resonate with you. Like, I hear people a lot saying, the coach that I paid just told me to persist, but I need so much more than just that. So leave a number 2 down below if you resonate with that. And then the third person that I see is just someone who maybe they have a bit of a structure. Maybe they have a little bit of application, but the discipline is where they fall short. Anytime the 3D, doesn't show them what they want, they completely self-abandon, they completely self-detonate, they completely self-sabotage, in which you probably need more of a therapeutic type of approach anyway, whether that's with coaching or an actual therapist, because there are reasons, scientifically based, that you self-sabotage and you honestly self-abandon. And so leave a number 3 down below if you're one of those, because the thing is that I want to normalize your sticky emotions. I want to normalize that you're not defective for not being disciplined. But then where I think we come in is we give you that tough love. And I told my client this yesterday, actually, and it was really confronting, but I knew she could handle it because she loves my tough love approach. She was like, my SP, I just don't like that he's not being the man of my dreams. I was like, okay, I'm going to give you 2 options. You can give up and pick a new man, or you can choose to see this differently, and we can reframe it. Which one do you want to do?
Oh, wow. Persis.
And she was like, I want him to be the man of my dreams, so I'm just going to keep focusing. You know what I mean? I was like, we can either vent, we can either sit in this, we can either have a little bit of a wallowing party, but is that going to take us closer to our goals? Absolutely not. And sometimes you just need someone to lift you up and be like, boo, you got this. Or this is all you.
Or like how I say, anyone needs a kick in the pants, I'm your person, because I'm going to tell you how it is.
Yeah, and sometimes, do you resonate with that? Oh my gosh, we see that so often. I love to be people's, motivator, though, because it's listen, we have 2 options. Go forward or stay stuck. Which one do you want?
Yeah, 2 options.
Which one do you want? And it's very confronting, actually, and it's very difficult. It's difficult to be in coaching. It's difficult to face yourself. It's difficult to look at your traumas. It's difficult to reprogram your brain. Yeah. It's difficult to break patterns. It's difficult to get control over your life.
But you have to really realize.
But is it worth it?
Yeah. You want to sit there for the next 2 years, or you want a result?
Yeah. So it's these are the types of things we like to brainstorm, because when you put it in that manner, it's actually oh God, okay, well then I guess we're just going forward.
Or how I like to say, and I'm so direct, I'll be like, okay, I mean, you can just keep doing it on your own. And when 6 months later you come back to me, I'll be like, okay, where are you at now? I hate to be that direct, but it's you either get a solution or you keep doing it on your own.
And a lot of times people can get it on their own. This is not to say that everybody requires a program, everyone requires results. But the only place I come from is like, if it's not happening after 90 days, heck, I'd even give you 6 months. Let's double my amount of time. Instead of 3 months, I give you 6 months. Even by a 1% better math equation, we should be 90% better after 90 days. And so I just like to motivate people. It's not to put a parameter on it. It's not to discourage you. It's not to disempower you. But the only reason I say what I say, that no client of mine has ever taken longer than 90 days, is because we work by a 1% better rule daily. Meaning that you will have a new life in 90 days if you continue to not waver, do the routine as prescribed, and continuously work the work. Because the work works. Like, there isn't a way that I snap my fingers right now. Your self-concept is a 10 out of 10. I snap my fingers right now. Your concept of desire, money, person, love, health, wealth, happiness is a 10 out of 10. And you don't get what you want. Yeah. There isn't a way. Like, if I was to say that your self-concept is 10 on 10, your concept of desire is 10 on 10, how can you not have it? How can it take another 6 months? How can it take another year? How can it take another 8 months? When you shift your energy, people shift to respond to new energy. And we've been talking about this in a lot of the lives recently. You guys can check them out on the YouTube. They've been super encouraging. Even your guy that came on. He was so fun. He was such a character.
Is he here? Is he here today?
I have no clue.
Oh my God, he's so hilarious.
Yeah. But listen, at the end of the day, I really appreciate your time. Is there any last minute encouragement that you want to give to people about success, the quickness of it, what the power of changing your mind can do? I want to allow you to speak to the people and give them your honest feedback, your honest pep talk here. Let's finish this off strong.
First of all, I want to encourage anyone who is interested to pursue this, because it works. I'm a really rational person. I don't have a lot of magical thinking, but the way you explain how the shift of the shift in 3D will happen when you shift your assumptions. What was that click that I needed? Because it's all started to make sense. And I also want to encourage people to get coaching or products early, because I didn't want to go through the trials and tribulations of doing this on my own. I wanted, because I saw your lives, I saw so many success stories. I knew that this will work, and that's why I got the coaching, and I arrived at my goal really fast, as we talked in this live, because it's so worth it to buy a product, to put in that investment, that actually have your dreams come true and live them so soon. You can have it all, actually. And that's the point. I heard that one of the previous lives where the girl got everything: engagement, house, debt erased. It's amazing. You can have it all. And I hope to be super success story soon. I have so many goals. But just believe this, invest in yourself, and don't feel defective, don't feel bad about yourself. Because if you have come across this, use this in your advantage, and you will get really, really far. So it's been all wonderful, and I'm so happy that I talked to Persis, because I only knew Kim.
Thank you for making me feel important. My mom is over here. She's like, my girl did this. My girl did that. It's almost like she's making a very clear separation, even though I taught her everything. It's like I get no credit here. Screw Persis. It's so disturbing.
She should be proud, because also the part about coaching with Kim, I actually I heard her in your lives, and I really I was intrigued. How is she? Because I really like her energy from the lives, and I would have to say she's wonderful. If you actually really crave that, I would say, that wise approach, a little bit of that motherly, nurturing energy, definitely work with Kim. I really, really enjoyed that about her. She's also a little bit sassy, which
she's very sassy, actually.
I love you, Dee.
For coaching. That was so fun, because it felt like having just a really, really cool mom that gets the best advice and will help you reach your goals. That was a really, really cool, wiser girlfriend, that was never like, I was never sad. After each call, I just had the biggest smile on my face. And actually, there was this one back to a situation with this Steve, and we met, and like he had the right energy, but he wasn't like confessing everything on the spot. I was like sad for 1 hour. I allowed myself to pour out all of my like negative like emotions and stuff, and I had a thing call with Kim the next day, and my energy was just right back up. Like, I'm the shit, I will get this, and so
I love that you're like, I don't have
magical.
I love that you said I don't have magical thinking. Like, I'm a very rational person. We do attract a lot of rational people because our process is very scientific based. And the one good thing about science is that it works when you work it. The only time you would come through and not get a result is if you're still engaging in seeing the person in the poor light and then wanting a good result. You have to apply the teachings and the principles 100%. We can't apply it 50% and get a 100% outcome. Your results will only load as quickly as your belief systems do, as quickly as you let go of the past. And it's funny that you said that you liked that maternal approach, because whenever people get coaching with Kim or Sam, actually we place you with a coach. And in that process, you obviously got the luck of the draw of having Kim. Some people are drawn to Kim because of her tough love approach. Other people are drawn to my dad for his paternal approach. And a lot of people cite that, like, I never really had a father figure. I never really had a good male figure to booster me up. Now, my dad is not a sass master like my mom. My dad is very gentle. Like, it's a perfect example of opposites, because my dad is, like, so gentle. He'd be like, he's such a girl's girl, or a guy's girl, or however that phrase goes, where he just loves to uplift women. He's like, you're the prize, you're in power, you're in control. The female has all the power in any type of relationship. You know what I mean? And it's like, he's such a like soft spirit. He's such a like kind, gentle approach where he just boosters you up. I even hear him on his coaching calls. He's like, listen, I'm going to be an angel on your shoulder. I'm going to hold your hand until the finish line. And he's got that very gentle approach. Mom's over here like, listen, do you want what you want or do you not? And it's so hysterical to see their radically different coaching styles. It's just so hysterical. Obviously, they get results just the same. But it's hysterical. I love that you said that. And obviously we appreciate you and all your love that you've given to us. You've given us time above, beyond, and more. I really love a lot of what you said. I think a lot of people can learn from it. A lot of people can grow from it. A lot of people can get into the right mindset and understand like what helped you spearhead towards results, because your story is so inspiring. In 21 days, with all the circumstances that were going against you, you actually had no reason to believe this man was going to come back, be with you, put a ring on your finger, or the 10 other things that occurred. But you continued to persist despite the evidence being stacked against you. And that's why you won. And I want to I know I can't look at you, but I want to focus towards you, and I want to tell you that the reason that you won so big and so fast is you took the outcome and the result off the pedestal. You made you the number one priority, and despite the evidence stacked against you, you continued to tell the story, hop into the identity, the embodiment, shifted your energy towards the result you wanted to receive, and that is why you won, girl, and you won big.
I'm so proud of you.
So proud of you from
you.
The bottom of my heart. It's such a huge win, and I know you're going to use these teachings because knowledge is power, wisdom is power, and you're going to go off like a little butterfly, and you're going to change the world in positive ways, and it just makes me so happy to have a small hand in your life being better. You're about to be a married woman, and so much abundance is about to come your way, so God bless you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah,
absolutely.
So thank you for having me on live. I hope this will inspire someone and put that faith that this works, and they will actually choose to go forward, because that was the case with me. That's why I think these lives are important. This is not made up. This is 100% real, and it happens fast.
It does happen fast.
And it's fun. So
it is fun.
Forward. It's not like therapy. It's not. There might be some tears and emotions, but it's fun, and you will get it, because nothing bad can come out of being positive and believing in yourself and in others. Yeah.
such a good statement. That's such a good closing statement. Nothing bad can happen by believing like good things about yourself. Sure. The best case scenario is you're going to end up in a radically more positive situation. And the worst case scenario is you're going to end up in a radically more positive situation. Like no one's ever been like, I fully bet on myself and I regret it. I fully loved myself and now I hate my life. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't take that type of dark turn usually. But I love this. I love this conversation. I'm so happy we got to squeeze it in. Yes. And I hope to speak with you again very, very soon. Yes. Like as a married woman, as you continue to glow up your life, girl.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You are welcome. Talk soon.
Keep in touch.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
That was long. How long was that?
Like 40 minutes.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I hope you guys are super inspired. Did you love that? Are you inspired? Are you motivated for your weekend to get the gears rolling, get things moving, and move in the right direction? Because I hope you are. I hope that this was inspiring because this is such a wonderful success story. At the end of the day, I feel like so often I wonder how someone's going to bring me something bigger. And yet they do. Because someone said, Emma, what was her story? I'll leave it in the chat. I've been posting it every now and then as I see people get on and off. But essentially, our girl got engaged, went from broken up to reconciliation in 21 days, utilizing the teachings in MU as well as personal coaching add-on, and continued to persist. After she got reconciled in 21 days, she changed the goal to marriage and pardon me, she got married, or she's getting married. I should say she's engaged right now. She has her dream ring and she's planning her wedding. So it's just so wonderful. This live, in case you didn't see it or jumped in a little bit late, it's going to be up on YouTube in just a couple short hours as soon as TikTok processes it. If you don't have me over on YouTube, I encourage you to just go to the link in bio, as probably everyone says. It has all my social media. So I definitely want you to give a little bit of a follow spree because on my Instagram, I post things like flash sales, maybe for different products. And I also post like different relatable stories of maybe even how I help myself shift beliefs. And we give a lot of success stories and good content over there. On my YouTube page is where all these get repurposed so you can watch them if you're not live. So you definitely want to give a subscribe over there. Obviously, if you follow me here on TikTok, it's probably going to be one of the greatest things you do. Definitely please share these teachings out to a friend. I work really hard to produce very good, high quality, value-driven content that helps people understand how the brain works and how your dream life is not far away. It's just all based upon aligning your energy to what you want to receive. When you can make receiving your goal easy and effortless, having it is a no-brainer and it happens really, really fast. That's what I do in these success stories is I show proof and I show validation again and again and again that the system we have, it works and it works really well. So I hope you guys feel inspired. I hope you guys feel motivated. I hope you guys feel like, okay, I'm going to do it now. I'm going to go all in for myself. I'm going to back myself. I'm going to love myself. I'm going to take this situation off the pedestal. We are here for you with any of your desires, needs, or wants. You can also go DM us on Instagram if you'd like to get on a strategy call or anything like that. Official Manifest with Persis. But once again, the socials are in the bio. Website is in the bio. MU is in the bio. Coaching is in the bio. Everything's in the bio. Whenever someone says, like, where is everything? I just direct towards the bio. I almost feel like I need a moderator that just says, like,
everything's in the bio.
Like, right there. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope you love it. I love you. I hope you have an amazing, amazing, amazing rest of your week. Take this and change your life. You deserve it. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be fulfilled. You deserve to have what you want. And if you're willing to do the inner work to get it, there's no reason why you can't have it.
Exactly.
So have a great day. I hope to see you guys very, very soon.